Oh, it's another day here at the Comeback Team Studios. This is your host, Bek Lover, and you're watching another episode of the Interesting Times podcast where I gather all the strange news, crazy stories from around the world, and I break it down for you simpletons out there. But if you're already watching this show, you're not simple. You're in the know. You are a genius because you love me and I love you. There's a lot of news to talk about today. All kinds of crazy stuff is happening around the world, and especially right here at home in the United States of America. We are definitely living in interesting times indeed, my friends. So welcome to this live stream if you're watching us on X, YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, anywhere podcasts are received. I will keep you in the know, my friends. Let's jump into this, because there's a lot going on. And I've been covering this for a couple of weeks now. It seems like nothing is safe anymore to eat. Nothing is safe anymore to drink. E. coli outbreak after E. coli outbreak after E. coli outbreak. This has been going on for months. Where is the FDA? Where is the CDC? Where are all these agencies that made our lives a living hell in 2019? With their draconian lockdowns, where are they? Where are they now? Where are the health inspectors of towns and states? Like, how is this happening in the United States of America? I'm starting to think too many coincidences. It's not a coincidence. It's just not. Like, seriously, like, what the hell is going on? It's just crazy. Here's the latest news. At least 106 people, 2 hospitalized by E. coli outbreak linked to St. Louis caterer for school events and funerals. Okay, are we under attack? Is our food supply under attack? I mean, how are we having so many E. coli attacks? I'm really starting to think maybe there's some agents here on the U.S. They sure had a free pass to come in through the open border for the last, 4 years. Longer than that, really. It's not like the wall was completed. I mean, why are so many people getting infected with E. coli? Hundreds of millions of pounds of meat being thrown out over the last 2-3 months. For those of you that follow, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It all started with the boar's head, with the cold cuts, with the this, with the that, salmon. I mean, it just keeps happening. It just keeps happening. So it's really crazy to me. I don't know why my mic is so high. Let me lower this a little bit. Here we go. The outbreak is linked to 5 separate events hosted at or catered by the local company. The office said in a statement to CBS News. 2 of these were attended by the Rockwood Summit High School community. The current investigation of the outbreak suggests salad is the source of the illness, but officials have not identified the specific ingredient or the timing of the contamination, according to a news release from the state's public health department. It's really starting to get to the point. What the hell is going on with this mic? Can you guys hear me clear? If you're on the live chat right now, Julian, can you hear me? Am I clear? Am I too loud? JR, are you there? Amil, Hassan, can you hear me? For those of you watching this stream live, because I don't have a teleprompter, I speak from the heart. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me clear. Something's going on. Something's really, really going on, and it's just, this is crazy. If that wasn't enough, at least 19 people are sick in Minnesota from ground beef tied to E. coli. That's a whole nother state. 19 people infected. Now, I don't know about you people, but I don't know if I've ever had E. coli, but I have to assume that I have, because I've been to many third world countries where they don't refrigerate stuff correctly. They don't wash things correctly. No offense to my Albanians. They've come a long way. But if you used to visit Albania and the Republic of Kosovo in the early 90s, late 90s, I mean, I called it Enver Hoxha's revenge. I don't know. I was throwing up and diarrhea at the same time. I don't know if you've ever been that sick before. I went to a P.F. Chang's one time with my son, and I was food poisoned. I've never returned to P.F. Chang's ever again. Nothing against them, not knocking my own experience. I also believe I was served pork. And I don't know if that induced what happened to me because I don't eat pork. But I'm telling you, if you've ever had that diarrhea where you're screaming for life, where every last drop of water in your body's coming out, and you're throwing up at the same time, you literally have to hold a bucket and you're going at both ends. If you've never experienced that in your life, congratulations. I don't know if that was E. coli, but I'm assuming it has to be something like that. Some type of foodborne illness, contamination. I remember the one time, man, it was in Albania before the war broke out, and the food has gotten so much better there. You got to remember, it's not their fault either. 70% of the time, they didn't have electricity in Kosovo, at least. There was no electricity. It was being shut down and sold to all their neighboring countries. So you would eat an ice cream that melted, refroze, melted, refroze, melted, refroze probably 100 times. And I'm telling you, when I was going at both ends, I prayed for my demise. I didn't want to live. I wanted to just go. And I had to go to the hospital and get IVs. And oh my God. Drop a comment if you ever had that type of diarrhea, that type of vomiting at the same time. We're brothers and sisters. We survived. Many people don't. So here we are in Minnesota, another 19 people. Okay? I'm going to read some of these comments in a little bit, so don't think I'm ignoring you. And if you want a super chat, I won't stop you. We need to fund this project. At least 19 people in Minnesota have been sickened by E. coli poisoning tied to a national recall of more than 167,000 pounds. By the way, folks, I am going to start adding the live calls. For those of you that have been with me for 5 years, I used to like having you call in and we'd talk. And I'm going to bring that back. I think I'm going to start doing it at the end of the segment. I'm going to have a way for you to call in and we're going to chat, man. We're going to we might even Skype it, man. Detroit-based Wolverine Packing Company recalled the meat this week after Minnesota state agriculture officials reported multiple illnesses and found that a sample of the product tested positive for E. coli. 4 of those who fell ill were hospitalized, including 2 people who developed a serious complication that can cause kidney failure. Let me tell you, doing diarrhea and vomiting at the same time, I felt like my kidneys were going to shut down. Again, I don't know if that's a side effect of E. coli, but I'm just telling you my experiences of what I went through. I probably survived E. coli. If you survived summers in Albania and the Republic of Kosovo before 1998 and earlier, you probably survived Ebola. Forget E. coli. Like, seriously, it was crazy. But unreal. Now, I started thinking, man, these escalations, right, in Russia, I've been paying attention, so have you, to the whole BRICS thing. What if all of this is just one well-orchestrated, Russia, America, Russia. Well, now we know Russia's been trying to push the envelope, get other nations that are in the axis of evil off of the SWIFT code so they can't face sanctions anymore from our monetary system. What if, because if something like that was to be created, it would topple the American empire? It really would. Like, we would have hyperinflation like you can't even begin to imagine. What if this escalation is really just because of this? To create an excuse to go to war with them and destroy them, There was a guy that I heard a rumor about. His fate was pretty similar too. His name was Gaddafi. Don't know if you ever heard about that guy, but supposedly he wanted to create his own currency backed by gold for the Arabs. Didn't end too well for him. I mean, do you think that's why this is escalating? Or is it just to conceal the corruption, maybe? The billions and trillions of dollars? Or something more sinister? Maybe to destroy the whole world. Because out of chaos, they will create the new world order. A new currency. A new crypto. What do you think? Drop comments, man. Let me know. I don't claim to be God. I'm just here to deliver the news, man. And we talk about it. And we think about it. And we try to analyze what might be coming our way, because things have been getting pretty crazy lately. The result of the Kazan summit was summarized in a 12-point statement that resonates as anti-Western rhetoric and a new Cold War. We're already in a new Cold War. There's no doubt about it. Okay? We're basically in a Cuban Missile Crisis Part 2. Another relevant point, according to Natix CIB, is that there is an effort to redesign the international monetary system through the reform of multilateral institutions. This is reported by fundsociety.com. China's dominance over the group with Putin's active support makes it even more urgent for the West to observe and react, quote unquote. Is this reaction because of that? What do you think? I'm really starting to think this whole conflict that's brewing with Russia, it's not going to matter who's in office. I don't know. I mean, hopefully Trump keeps to his word, but I mean, what if the petrodollar is in danger? We have the world's reserve currency. We've seen, recession. We've seen depression. We've never seen a toppling of a world currency, the dollar to be exact, the petrodollar. If that dollar comes down as the world reserve currency because of something like BRICS, all the paper money would come with it. All the fiat currency in the world. It would create massive chaos. The perfect opportunity to slip in a little digital currency, I know you guys are enjoying it. You're making money with your Bitcoin. I'm not going to sit here and say you're stupid for buying them at 3,000, 16,000 earlier this year, cashing out 80. But I believe and I hold faith in God's money. If I was making 100,000 a coin, I'd cash out 80% of that portfolio. I'm not here to give you financial advice. This is what I would do for me. I'd put that shit in gold blocks. I'd put that shit 6 feet in the ground. And when World War III ends, then I'd dig it up. And I'd be a billionaire in the new world order. Now, this has been in the background now for months, but it seems like it's escalating right on time. Seems like every time Trump steps in office, there's a potential fucking health crisis. We're all in fucking danger. Every time he's about to take the throne of the Oval Office, even though I believe there's people behind him that still... I'm waiting for this miracle from the Q people. I'm really waiting for it. It's really far-fetched in my opinion. Although I'm starting to believe that Elon Musk is Q. Believe it or not. With his trolling, some of the posts he's made over the last week on X, is he the king of the white hats? I don't know. But I know that Donald Trump is not God, and he can't fix this country. And I know that we're divided, and I know that only the American people, if they can realize the game that's being played, have a chance to turn this ship around before it's too late. The greatest achievement of the last 8 years is people that have even, I swear to God, you don't got to be that smart. You really don't. Just a little bit of intelligence, I swear to God, you can see that you're being manipulated, whether you're on the left or the right. If you have just a little critical thinking. Now, I know it's hard to pull your phone out of your hands, that you're TikToking, watching all these women dancing and shaking their boobies and guys doing pranks, and they're hilarious, seeing people get slapped. I mean, I love that type of humor. I'm not going to lie to you. I love these pranks where people get slapped across their face, even though technically I shouldn't, support that type of behavior. I think one of the funniest videos I ever saw was the poor kid, man. I mean, as a kid, it was horrible to see. They play the little jingle, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. He's sleeping there, this poor kid, and they just go pop, pop, pop on his face. I was choking from tears. But it's fucked up. It's fucked up to do that to someone, especially when they're sleeping. I got a kick out of it. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. In any event, I got to start keeping a bottle of water in the studio. The bird flu in Canada may have mutated, becoming more transmissible to you. So convenient. At first it was, it can't really spread to humans. Oh, we had a couple of cases. Now it's mutating. Next thing you know, it's a repeat of 2019, my friends. I really believe they're going to pull this card again. I truly do. Except the question is, this time, will it actually be something that can take you out? You're going to own nothing and be happy. That type of a world in the aftermath of something chaotic happening, World War III, bird flu, toppling of the dollar. I mean, we literally have about 3 or 4 events that could literally destroy and rip the entire fabric of society on the horizon. It doesn't mean it's going to come to fruition. I don't want to be a doom gloomer. I know a lot of people have woken up over the last 4 years. And there's a lot of people that have really proven just really how fucking dumb you are. Like how fucking stupid you really are. Like it's unbelievable. You know, like those assholes that still wear coverings over their faces at the bus stop. Yo, it's been over for a couple years now, asshole. You can take the mask out and breathe. I promise you, you're gonna be okay. I know you have Stockholm Syndrome. I know you're terrified. You're gonna be okay. But what will happen if this happens again? And what greater way if it actually was something that could take you out? My friend, as brave as we all are, and people like me that stood up, walked through the streets of New York, walked into businesses that wanted me to show them the card to make sure that I had the you-know-what punched into my arm, and I fought back valiantly. I stood against 300 parents to make sure my children didn't have to wear a covering at school. I was the only parent whose children had no facial covering. I stood like a fucking Albanian eagle rising from the mountains of Albania and all of its glory, and I looked down upon the fucking sheep who took their children every day and even let them breathe fresh air during gym, bro, during physical education, man. My God, bro. Well, this bird flu thing is not disappearing because guess what? KSL.com reports over 100,000 more chickens, turkeys killed after more avian flu cases in Utah. Now, I hope you got your turkey. Next weekend is Thanksgiving. It is my favorite holiday, and honestly, probably the only holiday that I do celebrate besides July 4th, Labor Day. I really like Thanksgiving. I feel like in a time where so many families have been ripped apart, I like that you can come together with the people that are important in your life and be thankful. For me on that day, I'm thankful to God every day, but on that day, you know, it's just nice to. It's probably the most innocent, even though technically, you know, if you're Native American, I can see how they feel about that. I mean, I try not to think about that, but for me, Thanksgiving is I try to remember God on that day, look around the table as we eat, and I love turkey with stuffing. I'm kind of starting to learn the whole cranberry thing, the whole cranberry sauce thing. I'm actually kind of understand now. You know, turkey can be kind of dry. In any event, as we go into this Thanksgiving holiday, I really hope you'll take a look around the table because you just never know who's not going to be there again. I've lost so many people over the last 10 years, and it's really a time to just, like, people just don't take time for their families anymore. You don't know if you'll have another Thanksgiving, another New Year, another Ramadan, another Christmas if you're Christian, another Hanukkah, another Kwanzaa. So make sure you stop, look around that table as the turkey's being served or whatever you guys put out on the table. I wonder what Hindus eat. They probably eat curry, some kind of curry. I love you guys, man. I just can't. I've tried to eat your food, man. I love you guys, man. I have video. I have so many Indian friends, man. I can't, man. I just can't. I eat pretty much anything, man. I don't know what the fuck it is about your food, man. I'm not a big fan. I'm going to be honest with you. I hope you're not a subscriber. Although I've had some good Paki dishes. Or maybe I just don't know what to order. So tell me what I need to order. If you're from India or Pakistan or Bangladesh, my favorite country in the world to say its name, Bangladesh. If you're from Bangladesh or India or Pakistan, tell me what I should be ordering. I mean, sometimes, you know, the Indian Muslims, I like some of their dishes. I'm not going to lie, the rice or whatever. But sometimes your spices, man, like just too much, man. Like, yes, I like spice, but it's like overbearing, man. I do enjoy watching those videos of that one guy in India that's serving people food. It looks like he's taking a dump, man. Literally. And he's like, here. And I like when people take that video of that guy. He's very famous now. They take the video of that guy, and then they show people running to the bathroom, and you hear the guy going, and you just see diarrhea all over the floor. Those videos make me die laughing. If you've never seen them, type in Indian food, YouTube, watch the videos, you're going to die laughing. In any event, I could be ignorant. I could be wrong. I know I have some of you from Bangladesh on here. Don't get mad at me, okay? Tell me what I need to eat. I'll go try it. Sometimes we don't know what to order when we're trying a different cuisine. So let me know. But I wonder, what do you guys eat? Like, if you're Indian and you don't eat meat, I know some Indians eat chicken, but they're, I think, Christian. If you don't eat meat on Thanksgiving, what are you guys eating? What's on that table? Drop me some comments. I'm actually genuinely curious. Please don't be mad at me for that video I made at Dunkin' Donuts. By the way, those of you that don't know, I'm a funny guy. I haven't even started to be funny because life has been miserable for the last 4 years. I'm finally feeling like myself again. Finally. Finally, I can be smart and funny and crazy and theatrical and ranting, and we are back, bro. Bek Lover is back. Thanks to God Almighty. Thanks to my girl Jules having my back, my woman. You know, having the right person in your corner goes a long way. Wrong person, wrong way. Right person, things can go the right way. But in any event, I'm back, folks. I hope you're ready, man. You don't even understand what I'm getting ready to do. We're going to be going live. We're going to be in the streets. I'm going to go out with Subway DJ. This guy gets the craziest content. He was attacking Jerry Seinfeld yesterday. He's not even documenting this stuff. He just puts up little videos on Instagram. I'm like, yo, Subway DJ, you're fucking crazy, bro. I'm coming with you. I'm going to document this shit. Insane videos. Check out his handle on Instagram. Tell him you're there because of Bek Lover. Subway DJ on Instagram. Check out his stories, bro. They're fucking lit. Lit. In any event, if you're in Utah, the price of turkey just went up. Bird flu. You better hope we're okay next year this time. Here we go again. California. Case is the first confirmed bird flu infection in a U.S. child. I repeat, because I don't have my soundboard, I got to break down the old podcast studio and I'm moving things around. I don't have my soundboard, but if I did, I would be playing a siren right now. The sound quality will get a lot better once I have the soundboard installed here. Just bear with me, folks. I promised you I won't go off the air. I've been going almost every single day, so bear with me. California case is the first confirmed bird flu infection in a U.S. child. Okay, it has begun. As Nino Rodriguez, former heavyweight boxing champion of the world, my good friend who was first a guest on my show, and now I'm kind of a regular on his, he would say, live from the apocalypse. That's like his trademark. I have many that people use. It is what it is. Here we go. Health officials on Friday confirmed bird flu in a California child. The child had mild symptoms, was treated with antiviral medication, and is recovering. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said in announcing the test results. The infection brings the reported number of U.S. bird flu cases this year to 55, including 29 in Cali. Most were farm workers who tested positive with mild symptoms. I guess mild symptoms is they just pee out their ass, I guess. Now, this is an important story. Newly identified chemical in drinking water is likely in many homes and could be toxic. Is there nothing left safe for the American people to eat and drink in this fucking country? Is there nothing safe? Is there nothing off limits? Even water is poisoning us. Can we get some water? My boy, Eric Patrick Thomas, quadriplegic from the neck down, has not had clean water to bathe, let alone drink, in Flint, Michigan forever. Yet we have billions of dollars missing from the Pentagon, by the way, in the audits, trillions of dollars overseas, and you have Americans that can't even get a clean glass of water. We got money for destruction in the Middle East, in Ukraine, and we have nothing for reconstruction. Let's find out what's in this water. Yahoo News. Newly identified chemical in drinking water is likely in many homes and could be toxic. About a third of U.S. residents have been receiving tap water containing a previously unidentified chemical byproduct. A new study has found. It's probably like, what's that shit called? Manzato, whatever the fuck they use, the fertilizer. It's probably something from one of those. Some scientists are now concerned and actively investigating whether the chemical could be toxic. The newly identified substance named chloronitromide anion is produced when water is treated with chloramine, a chemical formed by mixing chlorine and ammonia. Chloramine is often used to kill viruses and bacteria in municipal water treatment systems. This is why I only drink $8 a fucking bottle of water. Not because I want to, but I just don't trust the water. And I go into restaurants and they always bring me a glass of water. And I go, no. They go, why not? I say, I don't trust the government, son. Not with my health. Not anymore. No. I don't trust fluoride. I don't trust any of that shit. I want my water brought from the mountains of Fiji by some, I don't know. I heard they used to use children. I don't know. I need my shit shipped from Italy, Aquapana in a glass fucking bottle. That water saved my life, by the way. When I was in Albania, I had diarrhea. I started drinking Aquapana. Goodbye, Enver Hoxha's revenge. No more diarrhea. Man, we've been talking about diarrhea all day today. I'm sorry, guys, but I got diarrhea of the mouth. Don't you understand that? Oh, here we go. My Muslims are going to kill me on here. The fate of MSNBC could be in Trump's hands. Go woke or go broke. This company's headed for sale or to be absorbed. And that's what happens when you try to push nonsense on people for a decade and they finally wake up and say, I'm never watching this shit again. I'm going to watch Bek Lover on Interesting Times instead of you. I'm going to watch what people are writing on X or Joe Rogan or Patrick Bet-David or Tim Dillon. All legends of their own. And I will join their ranks soon. And Tim Dillon does follow me, so shout out to Tim Dillon, man. I got to meet him in LA. He's a fucking legend. And I love him. Always love when he goes on Rogan. Chinese hackers are preparing for conflict, the U.S. cyber officials say. So let's add another one now. So now we have about 6 different things that could take us out. Cyber attack, E. coli, diarrhea, death, fucking World War III, Ukraine, bird flu, and now hackers. Chinese hackers preparing for conflict. This is reported by Reuters. Chinese hackers are positioning themselves in the U.S. critical infrastructure IT networks for a potential clash with the United States. Morgan Adamski, executive director of U.S. Cyber Command, said Chinese-linked cyber operations are aimed at gaining an advantage in a case of major conflict with the U.S. Officials have warned that China-linked hackers have compromised IT networks and taken steps to carrying out disruptive attacks in the event of conflict. Yet we have done so much to turn this country into a superpower. The politicians over the last 40 years should be tried for treason, in my opinion. They opened up a back door to China, allowed slave labor into the world labor pool. They allowed them to infiltrate our highest corporations with data breaches, classified documents, military documents. They are a rising superpower, and it looks like one day we might have to take them out or they're going to take us out. So you can thank Nixon all the way until Trump, literally until Trump. I'll give him that. He seems to play hardball with them, but it might be too late. They hold all our treasuries. All they'd have to do is liquidate all the treasuries in one shot. I've noticed they knock on our doors a lot to sell our properties. I wonder if they know what's coming. So rather than hold on to US dollars, they're using that money to buy property, is one of my thoughts, one of my theories. What do you think? It's like economic warfare. You have places like Vancouver, Canada, that outlawed them from buying real estate there. There was a point in time the locals were calling Vancouver, this is not my quote, Hancouver. They were literally buying fucking everything. And Canada passed a law against citizens buying land in Vancouver, Canada, which, by the way, if you've never been there, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I have family there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Supreme Court allows multi-billion-dollar class action to proceed against Meta, a.k.a. Facebook, a.k.a. Mark Zuckerberg, who suppressed free speech because he was told to by the Biden administration. Remember that? People forget, man. The Supreme Court is allowing a multi-billion-dollar class action investors lawsuit to proceed against Facebook's parent, Meta, stemming from the privacy scandal involving the Cambridge Analytica political consulting firm. The justices heard arguments in November in Meta's bid to shut down the lawsuit. On Friday, they decided that they were wrong to take up the case in the first place. The High Court dismissed the company's appeal, leaving in place an appellate ruling allowing the case to go forward. Investors allege that Meta did not fully disclose the risk that Facebook users' personal information would be misused by Cambridge Analytica, which means your information, my information, a firm that supported Donald Trump's first successful Republican presidential campaign in 2016. Inadequacy of the disclosures led to 2 significant price drops in the price of the company's shares in 2018 after the public learned about the extent of the privacy scandal. This is what information warfare looks like. That's all they care about. I know of POS companies that make more money about selling your data to people, to the liquor companies. They don't even give a shit about their POS system. They're selling the data, what you drink, how many you drink, what's trending, what's not. Like, people don't understand the amount of money in that, gathering this type of information. Hungary expresses anger over U.S. sanctions against Russian bank Gazprombank, Bloomberg reports. Okay, Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó. You got to admit, it's fun to watch me mispronounce these names. They mispronounce it on the news. They just do it with a straight face because they're stone-faced fucking liars. They'll be like, Peter, but they'll say without flinching because they're used to fucking lying to you. That's why they're going out of business. I'm over here being real. Even on my pronunciation, you get to hear me make a fool of my fucking self. They're probably watching in Hungary going, this fucking asshole. He can't even say, Minister Peter Szijjártó. You try it. Go ahead. Here, let's zoom in. You guys try. You ready? You say this fucking name. Can you say it? It's right here where the mouse is. Peter Szijjártó. How are you going to say? Drop a comment. Let me know. You think it's easy being live on stream right now? Okay? Trent Salway, Corey Ryder, you don't think I'm live? You don't think I see your comments? I'm out here busting my ass, man. I made $300 from YouTube last month. You think they're paying the bills right now? You guys send a super chat every couple of weeks, buy me a cup of coffee, and you talk about slave labor at my expense. But I love you. Thanks for staying tuned. Make sure you hit the heart. Make sure you put the thumbs up. Make sure you share this. Make sure you tell 5 of your buddies. There's a crazy son of a bitch. His name is Bek Lover, and he delivers the news like no one can. He's a crazy son of a bitch. But I'm not. But I am. But I'm not. But I am. Now we're going into the whole Russia thing, okay? Let's get to it. I know you guys think, oh, you guys thought I was going to forget about World War III? Come on. Daily Mail reports Putin isn't bluffing. We are walking into disaster. Serbia's president warns as Poland says threat of global conflict is real. Now, this hits home. My family was massacred by the Serbian military in 1998. Albania and Serbia and these Balkan countries always seem to be pulled into anything between the West and the East. We are literally in the crossroads of the world. And I believe if this war erupts any further in Russia, the Albanians will be pulled in because they are with NATO. Serbia's not. They're with Russia. Their flag is the same flag as Russia, just different order. Their language is basically a mutation of Russian. And they have also, spiritual links to them, which didn't seem to stop the conflict in the Ukraine. Remember, that's Orthodox Christian, killing Orthodox Christian over there. And who knows what's really going on over there? I'm not there. Now, I was supposed to take a trip to the Ukraine last year. I don't know, for those of you that follow me, I had Rachel Ray on my show, the celebrity cook. Oh, yeah, by the way, for the newcomers, I've had some interviews with some pretty big people. I'm pretty fucking important now. I'm joking. You guys are all that matters to me. Yes, I do love Rachel Ray. I may not agree with, everything, but she's an amazing human being. She's been very kind to me. She's taken me to some amazing ass dinners, but she also invited me to go to the Ukraine last year, and it just didn't happen. She ended up saying it was too dangerous. She went anyway, and I was happy that I was going to go, though. You want to talk about being a crazy son of a bitch? I was going to go into the Ukraine, into, which town was it? I forgot, but right after she left, they bombed the shit out of that town. So I'm glad I didn't go. For those of you that are new, you don't realize, just stay loyal. You're not going to agree with everything I say and all of my analysis. And you're allowed to chew me out in the comments, and I will respond. But I'm not God. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to always get it correct. And that's not why you should turn away. Let's talk about it, man. Let's debate. Let's fucking See who's right and wrong. Why do we just dismiss each other? Like, that's not fun. This is interactive news, man. It's really hot in here. If my woman can turn the heat off, I appreciate it. In any event, Serbia sits there. They love, supporting that. So I don't know. I really hope that this doesn't pull Albania, Kosovo, Montenegro, Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia right into it, because it could be literally overnight. What a lot of people don't remember is like World War I. Assassination happened in Sarajevo, Bosnia. The Prince of Austria, boom, 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 right away overnight. Declare war, declare war. That's all it takes. Declare war, declare war, declare war. Next thing you know, you're not going to need Christmas lights this year. For those of you that celebrate the holiday, you're going to glow in the dark. You're going to see a red flash in New York. The people that live in Idaho, you might survive. You're going to glow in the fucking dark. You're not going to need Christmas lights. You're not even going to have to buy Christmas presents or send cards, because it's going to be fucking the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. Yes, I'm in one of those moods. It's Friday. I'm in a good mood. We're hanging in there. I know you're entertained. The U.S. Embassy in London returns to normal after police blow up a package. Someone was trying to take out the U.S. Embassy. There's a lot of shit going on, man. I do all the homework for you. There's a lot of shit going on right now. These poor girls, young, beautiful women, but the most beautiful woman in the world is my girl, to me. But we're not blind. Very pretty young girls lost their lives. This is a tragedy, and this is the risk of drinking moonshine and homemade shit and going to third world countries where there's a lot of bootleg stuff. If you're going to drink, and I am a world experienced traveler, and I don't drink alcohol. So first thing here, don't drink alcohol. I believe it's forbidden by God. I think it leads to nothing but destruction in your life. I think it leads to you waking up next to Jimmy, Mike, and Tommy, and you don't know what the fuck happened to you. You got fucking sandwiched by 14 guys or something. I mean, that's where alcohol can lead you to, right? You wake up, you don't even know what the fuck you did the night before. Like the movie The Hangover? These poor girls went on vacation. 6 of them died for drinking alcohol that was not good. It was laced. And this happens a lot in third world countries. So just remember, Bek Lover told you, when you go to a third world country, make sure you bring your own shit with you from the airport, duty free. Go to the good hotels. That's where you drink. Don't be drinking some fucking street vendor here. You want a shot. I don't think you should drink at all. I am a Muslim. But I'm just saying, for those of you that don't practice this faith or, want to get drunk, just be careful, please. Especially in third world countries, even in America. A lot of Albanians like to make raki. They make it in their basements. Let me tell you something. If that thing is not fermented right, you're fucking dead. Everyone that drinks it's dead. So you got to be careful. 6th person dies after suspected mass drink spiking in Laos. An Australian teenager has become the 6th foreign tourist to die of suspected methanol poisoning in a backpacker hotspot in northern Laos. Holly Bowles, 19, died in a hospital the day after her best friend Bianca Jones lost her life in a separate Thai hospital. Okay? That's really sad. The owner and manager of the hostel where they both were staying have been detained by Laotian police after an investigation was launched. British lawyer Simone White, 28. So imagine, you went to school, you finally get out, you become a lawyer, you're fucking dead because you went on vacation and drank from the wrong place, wrong time. British lawyer Simone White, 28, died on Thursday after she was believed to have drunk the same shots laced with methanol on the night of November 12th. The father of Miss Bowles confirmed his daughter's death on Friday. It is with broken hearts, and we are so sad to say that our beautiful girl, Holly, is now at peace. We find comfort and solace in knowing that Holly brought so much joy and happiness. May they rest in peace. May God have mercy on their souls. And may God bring peace to the families. Horrible. Absolutely horrific. Have you ever drank some homemade shit? Albanian rakia tastes like fucking rubbing alcohol. It even smells like it. As a matter of fact, they were using it during the war as an antiseptic, So my computer's lagging here, man. Let's see. Come on, man. So this is an interesting article. U.S. weapons are not good enough to take on Russia's nuclear threat, Pentagon official admits. We're facing multiple nuclear competitors, multiple states that are growing, diversifying, and modernizing their nuclear arsenals. The U.S. planned overhaul of its nuclear weapons strategy may not be sufficient to take on threats posed by Russia and China. I'm having a little gas, guys. I just ate dinner. Forgive me. Not diarrhea, just burping. We are now in a world where we're facing multiple nuclear competitors, multiple states that are growing, diversifying and modernizing their nuclear arsenals, and also, unfortunately, prioritizing the role that nuclear weapons play in their national security strategies. I got to tell you, I do believe, I really do, in my heart of hearts, I believe that the world will see nuclear war one day. I truly do. I truly believe one day, I hope it's not now, I truly believe there will be some type of serious nuclear, like, world-changing event. I really do, like a nuclear winter. Some Muslim scholars believe that the chapter in the Quran called the smoke is accurately describing a prophecy towards the end of time. That the world will spill out its bowels, people will look at the world and say, what's wrong with it? And people will be walking the earth. This is not in the Quran, this is descriptions of the end of time. That people will look at the grave of someone who's deceased and wish that they were in its place. Imagine the condition of the world to want to wish and long for death. Some of the prophecies describe a smoke that will cover the earth. Some of these can also be found in other prophecies of other books. But what do you think? Do you think we will see nuclear war one day? I truly believe we will. I really do. I just don't know when. But it's never been closer. The governor of Texas, Abbott, issues executive order to arrest CCP operatives. For you slow ones, that's the Chinese Communist Party. He said to arrest those motherfuckers in Texas. Governor Greg Abbott issued an executive order to protect Texans from the coordinated harassment and coercion by the People's Republic of China or the Chinese Communist Party. The order directs the Texas Department of Public Safety to target and arrest anyone implementing CCP influence operations like Operation Fox Hunt, an initiative of the People's Republic of China to forcibly return people to China. It's identified as so-called dissidents living in the U.S. The Chinese Communist Party has engaged in a worldwide harassment campaign against Chinese dissidents in attempts to forcibly return them to China. Texas will not tolerate the harassment or coercion of more than 250,000 individuals of China. Who's going to make our Chinese food, bro? Are you fucking crazy? You're going to make all of them go back? They left your communist fucking godless country for a reason. Who's going to make my General Tso chicken if you come back here and harass these people to go back? Who's going to make my fried hard chicken wings fried hard? Who's going to make my chicken and broccoli? Who's going to make my garlic fried shrimp fucking rice, bro? If you come over here and take them all back. Who? Could you imagine Canal Street without fake purses and jewelry and clothes to be sold? Who's going to sell the counterfeit shit on the streets of New York? Are you crazy? Respect Governor Abbott. Protect the Chinese Americans. Trump ally says the president-elect has begun a hostile takeover of Washington. Boring article. This fucking guy, man. Look at this guy. Just look at his face. This fucking guy, Chuck Schumer, gave the commencement speech at my college. I'm stuttering. Commencement speech. Can't even fucking talk, man. You don't think I'm doing it live? It's live. Corey Ryder talking about Freddy Krueger. Listen to me. This guy gave the commencement speech at my college, Pace University, in 2004. He was fucking old then. That was 21 years ago. And this guy's still in power. And he was already in power. How long has Chuck Schumer been in power? I'll show you what's wrong with America. You ready? Chuck Schumer. Time. Damn, my computer's lagging today, man. You guys got to send some super chats so I can get some new equipment, man. What the fuck? Chuck Schumer. When did he come into power? 1998. Chuck was elected to the U.S. Senate, and he became New York Senior Senator. Okay, so he's been in power for almost 30 years. Okay? I thought he was in power since, like, the 70s, but... All right, let's get back to this story. So Chucky boy Okay, the guy that was dancing to YMCA or whatever he was dancing to when Trump lost the last election. And look at where we are now, on the cusp of nuclear war. Thank you, Chuck. You did a great job. Oh, a $9 toll for us, Chuck. A $9 toll to go to Midtown Manhattan. After we pay $17 to get in, another $9 if we need to go near Times Square. You guys knocked out avenues of Manhattan that were major arteries. You created the congestion. You fucking garbage politicians, bro. You knocked out 4 lanes on 5-lane roads, 1 for bike, 2 for parking. Then the Uber or taxi pulls over. Now you have 1 out of 5 lanes. And then you wonder why we have congestion. And now you're penalizing us for that. Also because you guys don't have any money because you gave it all to these migrants. So you put them up in $500 a night rooms, and now you hurt New Yorkers. But New Yorkers deserve it, man. We should stay home for 1 fucking month. Everyone just call out. Seriously. Use your leave of absence. Tell your companies, fuck you too. Shut it all down, bro. Fuck it. Nothing moves. That would be pretty crazy though, right? NATO and Ukraine to hold emergency talks after Russia's attack with new hypersonic missiles. That's heating up. Trump campaign declares decisive win in hush money case after judge latest ruling. His cases against him have been dismissed. There will be no sentencing. It's a good day to be Donald Trump, isn't it? This fucking guy, not a good day to be Getz. He's not even returning to Congress. Imagine, hey, yeah, we won. No, I can't take the position of AG because supposedly I did stuff with minors. Probably doesn't want it coming out. It's probably going to come out anyway. And not only do I not want the position, but I don't even want to come back to Congress. What scared him so much? Did someone pull some strings? Is he compromised? Was he on islands that we don't know of? Was he at a Diddy freak off? I don't know. But something sure doesn't add up with Getsy boy. For him to not only not take the position, but to not want to come back to Congress. This fucking guy reminds me of every German Nazi movie you've ever seen. I mean, he literally looks like them. Pete Hegseth once made can't even talk right now. Thank God we're almost done with this episode. Pete Hegseth once made ominous prediction about civil war if Democrats won the election. I mean, we all kind of did. So that doesn't make him that crazy. I mean, a lot of people on the right were like, this fucking thing's getting out of control. Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump's pick for defense secretary, said that leftists are America's internal enemies and suggested a Democratic victory could have ended in a civil war. He wasn't far from the truth. I can't say he was wrong, man. I really can't. And I think the vote proved it. Trump named the 44-year-old veteran and Fox News host as his nominee for Secretary of Defense earlier this month. Crazy, man. This guy I don't know, man. Guys, I know that, whatever, if you support Trump, great. My mama told me if you don't like someone's face, get away from them. I don't know, man. I just don't trust this guy, man. By the way, he unilaterally endorses what's happening in the Middle East, which is another reason why, to me, you're not a human being. If you can't say that this needs to end and let's fucking save some lives, I don't know. I have my threshold, On my YouTube, which if you're not watching my YouTube, you're missing out, okay? I got to take it easy there because I'm going to get a strike. I just wanted to show you this. That's volunteers. They're trying to push the water out from the deadly floods in Spain. It's things like this that show the beauty of people, that we live together in these multinational cities with different ethnicities, and that when shit hits the fan, we got to stick together. And we need to remember that as Americans, because I think there's things that are coming our way that we're going to have no control over. And rather than fight each other over what we can do in our bedroom, can we just stick together, man? Is it that hard, man? Is it that hard? Let's see some Elon Musk X's or tweets. He really fucked up. I think he really fucked up with that. It should have never been called X. I used to hey, did you tweet it? Can you tweet it? People still use the word. So, massive rebrand fail. This guy, Mario Nafal, I used to host rooms with him. And he basically left Clubhouse because there was all kinds of weird shit going on, and there was videos, and he kind of just disappeared off that app, only to appear as the biggest guy in X, which is fucking unreal. I used to co-host rooms with him. I used to jump on his stages, for those of you that know how Clubhouse worked. It's just mind-blowing to me that this guy's getting tweeted every year. He's an amazing fucking weed. He just finds his way in to get the clout. Phenomenal work, Mario. You forgot your brother, Bek Lover. When everyone threw you off Clubhouse, I didn't attack, Mario. I abstained. Even though they weren't wrong, I didn't kick you while you were down. Yet you never bring me up on your stages on X. I wonder why. I should have kicked you when you were down. Texas School Board approves optional curriculum that incorporates Bible lessons for K through 5. I love it. I'm a Muslim, and I would make my kid take those classes. I would, because you should understand Christianity and how they think and learn about religion, and it's going to teach them some morals. So even if my kid goes to public school, I would say take the Bible classes, Dad. You know? It's better than taking the ones where they want to teach you how to chop your dick off. Literally. Ellen DeGeneres' exodus amid Trump victory includes ditching signature hairdo. Okay? I don't think this woman or man or whatever the fuck she calls herself, I don't think she left America because she wanted to leave. I think somehow, some way, she might be one of those people. I don't know. Maybe in some of these, who knows? She was really close to Diddy. Remember, she pranked him with the clown? Who knows? And speaking of the ditster, he made his third attempt at bail today, and they delayed giving him a decision. Jailed Sean Diddy Combs returns to court with another bail proposal worth $50 million, and they told him not until we see what was in your jail cell. In any event, if you're joining on Kick or Twitch, I want to thank you. I don't know if we're online. I don't know if my stream's even connected there right now. I'm tweaking a few things. I'm working on a few things. I appreciate all of you that have been supporting me throughout the years. Corey Ryder, me, Zanin, all of you that are here. X, Deepwater, Western North Carolina has stuck together. I like that they did. We sent down some friends down there, by the way, to help you in North Carolina. My friend Mighty Fuzzworth, he went down there with 2 trucks full of supplies. I actually interviewed him live. If you were watching the channel, we went live and he was in North Carolina. Oh yeah, I do live stuff. I had that one episode where there was that big bombing in Lebanon, that explosion that went off. If you guys remember a couple years ago, that massive explosion, I was live in Lebanon within 15 minutes. I don't fuck around. I know you don't think I'm like these big news people, but when it comes down to it, we're going to get there. I promise you. We're going to get there together. So don't be cheap. Make sure you go to Spotify also. Make sure you check out Instagram. I'm going to make premium content also, where I'm going to stream live wherever I go, and you get to be a part of my life from my hardcore supporters, my Beksters. And through your blessings, God willing, and my stupidity, we will have one hell of a fucking ride together. This is Bek Lover. You never know what's going to happen. Stay tuned here. I do all the work for you. I appreciate you. And I'm going to sign off and go see my girl now. It's that time of the night. This is Bek Lover. And you're watching Interesting Times right here on the Bek Lover podcast. Toodaloo, motherfucker! Bek Lover. Now get off and go to bed, kids. It's Friday night.